So, sorry to start the day off like that, but I'm kind of throwing my hands up in the air now and don't know what else to say or do. Um, Now, that is just stuff that was 100% missing, like not present, not turned in, not attempted. Bye-bye. There was also plenty of you that your notes or assignment for that section was a 1 or a 2 out of 5 because I watched you not do it and then just sketch a line. I watched you not do it and just copy down what was on the board. Okay? So, like, half of you need to show me a C for second semester, not a D. Have to show me a C for second semester to get credit for first. If you are one of those that did not pass first semester, and you are here by the graces of someone who said give them a chance, and you come out of second semester with a D, you will go back and repeat first semester next year, even if you pass second. You need a C second semester to show me that you stepped up, you learned from your mistakes, and you deserve credit for the entire year. Okay? I don't want to keep having this discussion. Your quiz, I do not have done, but after I plow through pre-calc's notebooks over there, then you will be first on the chopping block. I'll make sure that this class is done first so that we know going into the weekend where we're sitting at. Reminder, Thursday is midterm. That's not just for my class, that's for all classes. If a teacher wants to accept anything on Tuesday next week, that is purely at their mercy. They don't have to. Grades are due and posted 8 a.m. Wednesday. For some of you, this determines eligibility for activities. Spartan time, I don't care. Okay, my job isn't to get you out of Spartan time. That's your job. Okay. And then parent-teacher conferences next Thursday. Okay, so a little over a week. Parent-teacher conferences. I'm going to be making a point, especially for those of you who did not make it through first semester, of specifically inviting your parents so we can come talk about exactly this. All right. The slope-intercept stuff that we did on Tuesday last week. Everyone seemed fairly confident with it. I think that's one of the things that we had kind of drilled into our brain last year. So I don't see a need to rewind and do extra practice on it, especially when 3-2 is already practice on it. Okay? It's practice on it because you may remember from last year, it's not enough to just graph one of them. Sometimes we're going to graph 2 of them, 3 of them, 5 of them. Actually, that's a little higher up. You get what's called a system. Okay, it's right there at the top. A system of equations is a group of equations. Now, right next to this, I would like you to write what these actually mean. That blue line is a graph or a picture of all solutions, I can spell, to blue. Okay? Blue line is all solutions to the blue equation. See, it's not just nice points that are on there. I could pick really dumb points on there. I could pick x is 3.64. Plug that in, And I would get 9, 10.824, 10.92. Oh, minus 2. 8.92. So the point, 3.64 and 8.92, that's on this line. It's all of the solutions for blue. So the orange line, naturally, is all the solutions for the orange equation. So the question is, do we remember what that is? If blue is all the answers that make blue equation true, and orange is all the answers that make orange equation true, what is green dot? No, not a y-intercept. It is where they cross. Okay. And that one answer is the same for both equations. This is the one place where they're both true. It's the only place where they're both true. Put this in context. Blue line is all of the places that have Mexican food in the Tri-County area. My wife loves Mexican food. Real Mexican food, not Dakota's Mexican food. Anyone who has ever lived outside of state knows what I'm talking about. Okay, Dakota's Mexican food isn't Mexican food. Like she went to like the shack down the road from her office where one person spoke broken English. You pointed at the menu, handed them, $5, and came away with a crate full of food, and it melted your eyelids off. Like Mexican food. We lived in Arizona for 3 years. Okay. That basically explains it. My wife loves Mexican food. Blue line. Orange line. I hate Mexican food. I can't stand it. I'm a texture eater. Like all the goobery stuff, like I can't have 90% of all fruits and vegetables. They just make me gag. Refried beans. I'm Irish and Norwegian, y'all. I am a sissy. Salt, pepper, butter, ketchup, done. Anything spicier than that, I'm done. So where is my wife going to get Mexican food where I can not have Mexican food? Taco Bell. No. Although that's kind of funny. Guadalajara's. Okay. Close enough that my wife is, I don't know, sad. Close enough. But if I flip it over, it's got the gringo menu on the back. I can get a chicken sandwich and fries. Okay? No, it's not. But sometimes you make do with what you got to do, right? It's the one place where they're true. You go out with your friends for lunch and you say, I want a burger and fries. And they say, yeah, well, I want pizza. If you can find the one place, the one intersection where those two meet. Tell them to go drive this out. Where's a place that has a cheeseburger and a slice of pizza? The Deadwood Lodge. Actually, I don't think you would have anything in Spearfish, would you? No.
Guadalajara's.
Guadalajara's has a cheeseburger and a pizza.
They have pizzas, I know that.
Oh.
I'm not sure about cheeseburgers.
Yeah, it's on the gringo menu on the back. That'd be very ironic if you had to go to the Mexican restaurant to get the cheeseburger and pizza. But it's this one place where they're both happy. I want ice cream. I want cake. Where do we go? You go to the one place that has both. Okay? That's what this green dot is. That's what that intersection is. It is the only place where both of the equations are true. That's why we call it the solution to the system. It's saying, I got all these problems. I got all of those problems. This is the one thing that's going to make all my problems go away. Okay? It is that magical answer. Now, sometimes you don't have the magical answer. Sometimes you graph the two lines. Y'all remember parallel lines, like train tracks? They got the same slope. I want you to, y'all, you need to, slopes are same. The slopes are the same on parallel lines. So sometimes you're able to look at a pair of equations and you just see they have the same slope. Just right. Parallel. So if my solution is where they cross, but these never cross, no solution. Okay? There is no solution when they never cross. That would be something like, I want a peanut butter jelly sandwich with chicken strips. My wife wants Greek food. Where are we doing that? You're not. Okay? Now, maybe in a bigger city, you can just go to the food court at the mall and probably have it. Okay? Oh, them's fighting words. That's comfort food. Like, that's one of the few things I can eat when my gut goes trash mode.
Especially those
So,
Uncrustables.
no, because those are gooey. Gross. They're too gooey, squishy.
If
Texture eater.
freeze them.
I like crunchy food.
Freeze them makes the peanut butter much.
Then you just
Makes it into a frozen
a
treat.
frozen uncrust.
Yeah, they're good. I eat it.
They're better frozen.
Crunchy.
They're honestly better frozen.
Okay,
You got it. It freezes the peanut butter so it's
I've
not
only ever had one bite of an Uncrustable. Ever. I bit, it squished, I spit it out. Like, I am that much of a texture eater. So maybe I'll try a frozen one. I'll get out of my comfort zone. So
bringing one tomorrow.
no. Oh, people handing me food is a definite no-no. I will not eat it.
Do you think I'm gonna poison you?
Yes. There was someone in my class 20-some years ago who may have made cookies and left them in the teacher's lounge, and they all had X-Lax in them.
Oh,
No.
that's something
Dude,
I would do.
X-Lax makes you go poop.
I wish it was to mix up. Wonder how all the teachers
Yeah.
were that day.
Lived in infamy. Suspended for a month, but lived in infamy. So don't do that. Like, that's, you could genuinely cause someone bodily harm by doing stuff like that. Y'all, this one. Sometimes I'll have things like y is 1/2 x minus 1, and next to it I'll have y is 3/6 x minus 1.
Same thing.
They're the exact same thing, right? 3/6 reduces to 1/2. So when the line is right on top of the other line, then we say there are infinitely many solutions. And I want you to make a big point of this. It is not all real numbers. See, back in the day, if we ever solved an equation and got something like 5 equals 5, which is a true statement, I would say all real numbers. I can put any number I want in there. Why do I have to be careful to say there's an infinite number of answers, but not everything is an answer? How can I have infinite answers, but not everything is an answer?
Because they end up putting a different
Is this an answer?
Yes.
Is it on the line?
Uh-huh.
The line is all of my solutions.
I just had a nerd moment.
If the line is all of my solutions, see those arrows? This line goes forever.
I found a couple there on the lines.
Yes, there are plenty on the lines. This is a solution. This is a solution. This nasty fraction back here that has like over 300,925, that's an answer, but this isn't. So I can't say all real numbers. But it does go forever. So it does go off to infinity. Yes. Okay. Actually, no, because all right, until you start getting into quantum mechanics and discrete math proofs, you can't actually start working with infinity. It's not a number, it's an idea. It's not a location. Y'all remember the little kid argument, like, pew pew, I get you with my lasers. Yeah, well, I got shields. Yeah, well, I got a dinosaur that eats shields. Yeah, well, I got protection from dinosaurs times 100. And the next one says, I've got protection from dinosaurs times 1,000. And the next one says, yeah, well, I blow up your shield times 1,000,000. And you just keep going, right? And then the kid says, yeah, well, I'm at infinity. And the next kid says, I'm infinity plus 1. And the next kid says, I'm at infinity times 100. And the next kid says, I'm at infinity times infinity. And then someone else says, I'm at infinity to the infinity power. And it just keeps escalating, right? Because no matter what number you think you're at, infinity is an idea. It's not a location. You can go to infinity to the infinity power, run all the way out here into the universe, and say, like, I'm here. And then you see the rest of it. It keeps going. Okay? So this line, it does go forever. There are an infinite number of answers. It's just not everything is an answer. Okay? This number, I can put these numbers in this equation and it works. Or does it? I can put this number in. I can put this number in and it works. Anything that's on that line, I can put those numbers in and it will work. I just can't put this in there because this is not on my line. So I hope you have this written down, and I hope you're not going to do exactly that on a test and say all real numbers, because it isn't. There's an infinite number of solutions, but not everything is a solution. So you look at this page. You got 3 outcomes. A, the lines cross. There's one solution. This is the one place where we will both be happy with our dinner selection. Parallel lines. There is no solution. There is nowhere in town that she can have Thai and I can have Continental. Okay? Infinitely many solutions. Go somewhere that has water. Well, there's an infinite number of places. But not every place in town is going to sell you water. Okay? I can't go to the I don't know, the tire change place. And
Actually,
okay.
they do.
They might have the vending machine, yep. So,
Just don't try to drink ocean water.
it's nasty.
It's salt water.
I think every single one of the movies where they're diving into the ocean and splashing around and they're looking underwater and all that, and they're all lies. If you've ever been in the ocean, it tastes terrible. Okay. And the conversation went whoop, back up here. So we're going to graph both these lines. That's it. It is practice graphing the two lines just like we did in 3-1. It's just now there's two of them and you're going to tell me where they cross. So the first one, what's the slope? Okay.
1/1. 3.
Okay, the number in front of x. Remember, y is rise Okay, so if the slope says -1, how do I turn -1 into a fraction?
Another one.
Put it over another one. Okay.
And then 3.
I don't even let my 4-year-old talk like that. Come on.
Then 1.
Okay,
And then 3.
first, let's graph this line. If I have a slope of -1, y'all remember how your arrows work?
Yes.
We always go to the right, and because it's negative, down. So I'll start at 3 on the y-axis, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. I bust out my straight edge. Wait, if I still got room on the left side of this, instead of down 1, right 1, what else could I do?
Left one, up one.
Okay. Up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. The reason I want to do all the dots that I possibly can, when we're doing systems, the likelihood is one of those dots is going to be my answer. So the more dots I make, the more I'm sure that I actually hit the point I was supposed to hit. Connect the dots. Okay, contestant 2. Slope is 2. Put it over 1. That says up to right 1. Y-intercept, -3. I'll start at -3. And from there, up to right 1, up to right 1. Up to right 1, up to right 1, up to right 1, up to right 1, or down to left 1 if I need to. I connect the dots. And again, because I made enough dots to see what was going on, I see that they both hit this magic point. It's not enough to just graph the two lines and say, yep, I did it. The lines intersect at the point 2, 1. Remember, x, y. So the solution is 2, 1. That means if I went to the original problem and I put a 2 in for x and a 1 in for y, it would make both of the equations true. The first equation would say 1 equals 1. The second equation would say 1 equals 1. They would both be true. Okay. So if you know how to graph slope-intercept from last time, you should be good to go. It's just a matter of graph the thing, tell me the answer. So, contestant 1. What's the slope? Lies.
4 over 1.
4 over 1. The y-intercept is 2. Next to my 4 over 1, I'm going to put my arrows of up and to the right. I plot a y-intercept at 2. From there, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. I got to almost go off-road there. Not a fan of it. But if I was able to go up 4, right 1, that means I could also go down 4, left 1. So I will go down 4, left 1, down 4, left 1, and that gets me the rest of my line. Okay. Contestant 2. I see another 4, so it's up and right, 4 and 1 respectively. Y-intercept of -5. So way down here at -5, up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. I connect the dots. And I see that train track thing happening again. So I will write they are parallel. The slopes are the same. So there is no solution. Okay. This is why we're writing those arrows. We always go every single time. Rise, up if it's positive, down if it's negative, run to the right. If I follow that, then every single time the sign just dictates if I'm going up or down. If I always head to the right, if it's less complicated, I'm just always going the same direction. How do you think so many people with 21 fingers and toes and they're cross-eyed ended up in NASCAR? All they got to do is go left. Keep it simple. Okay?
That's not always how it works.
In NASCAR it is. Always they're making a left turn. Right? Now, when you start switching over to Indy, when you start switching over to road racing, formulas, yes. Now they're going to have goofy tracks. Okay? No, the idea is if you're always going to the right, it's less complicated. You don't have to worry about it. Now, can we do it? Okay. So, walk me through again. They have less steps written out. First, notice 1 and 2 are just, can you graph? Okay, do 1 and 2. Show me you remember how to graph. Show me 1 and 2. Show me you know how to graph a line. Because this whole thing's kind of kibosh if you can't. Double check with your neighbors. Sometimes we do these feeling so confident, and then you go and see the answer, and it turns out your line's going the wrong direction.
Only 1 and 2.
1 and 2 for now. Then we'll talk about 3 and 4 together.
Or if you want to go to 3 and 4.
Okay, we can
Alright. No. Pills are nasty, huh?
Sucks when they get stuck on your tongue.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hate that. All the powder just like.
So, first one.
-1/6 is 0.
So when I have -1 over 6, please start putting your arrows next to it. I saw some of you did. I just glanced through the quizzes. I saw some of you were doing this. -1 means down. 6 is to the right. The y-intercept. 3. The stuff at the end. So I'll start at 3. And the arrows tell me what to do. Down 1, right 6. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough points to actually do any more than that. I have 2. I got enough to make a line. If I'm okay with fractions, I could go down a half, right 3, but that might be getting a little scary. Maybe I go up a 1/6 and over 1, but that might be a little scary. So just get those 2 points, get your straight edge, side of your phone case, Qdoba gift card, something. Okay?
There's stuff there. It's nasty.
Oh, I've never eaten there. I don't like Mexican food. My idea of burrito is McCormick's taco mix. Burger, shredded cheese, done.
That is true.
Why not regular cheese?
Oh my
Do you
God.
hate when it's like
Shredded
gooey and
cheese
melted?
is normal cheese.
Shredded cheese has increased surface area, so it melts faster.
That's not what I meant by normal cheese. Slices of cheese. Okay,
Shredded melts faster because of the increased surface area. 2. Where, oh where, do I start?
Easy. 0.
Yes. When there's nothing here, my y-intercept is 0, and yes, that slope is 3 over 1. What do my arrows look like?
Up. Right.
Okay. Positive means up, to the right. So I'll start at 0 on the y-axis, up 3, right 1, which means I can also go opposite, down 3, left 1. Connect dots. Ta-da!
Woohoo.
Okay. The goal behind this is just to review that you know how to make a line so that when I ask you to do 2 of them at once, you're good to go. Okay, part 3 and 4 is just asking you the question. On 3, they intersect. We're going to start seeing this. I know every year this is a problem for students. The scale is different. Count the numbers on the x and y axes. What are they doing differently? Look at the numbers on the x-axis. Yeah, I know the lines cross, but where?
In the negatives.
Uh-huh. What's that point?
-9, -6.
Okay. Other way around, -6, -9. Y'all, check the scale on it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They're going by 2s. So when something meets in the middle, right here,
It's gonna be 9.
I have to know that my y value, remember, x, y. Okay, so it went back 6, down 9. It intersects at the point -6, -9. So that's my solution. What happens on 4 when you got the train tracks? What's it called? Parallel.
No solution.
So there is no solution. Okay. So they're saying if this happens, do you know what's the solution? But okay. 5 and 6. Again, they're asking us, if I have the this. Oh. Scale is by ones. Looks about half, right? Do I know it's a half?
No.
What if that was at like
0.47.
8/17? Okay. So since I'm not 100% sure and I don't have the equations to check, I'm going to say at about 1.5, 0.5. Y'all remember about? That little approximate sign? It's kind of like an equal sign that got beat up. Okay, a couple spaghetti noodles. Okay.
Those are weights.
Y'all probably remember from middle school when you're dealing with like angles, you'd have congruent. Okay. So we use different symbols in the middle to mean different things. Approximately means I'm pretty sure it's here, but I'm not dead certain it's here. So I'm going to say it's about this. And then that's my solution. Or if we head about 400 miles north, it's about this much. No, that's like Eastern Canada. Okay. If we go straight north, Manitoba, and then the western half of the country, their accent isn't that bad. Can we say that about the U.S.?
Yeah.
Is South Dakota the same as New York?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Alabama the same as Montana?
No. Stop it.
Okay.
You don't have to think.
Now,
Except
it does say the lines, plural. But,
There's only one.
so that means the lines are what?
The same.
And if they're the same,
many solutions.
infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many solutions.
I just put many solutions.
Well, not just many, because many is a subjective term. For example, I have been to jail many times.
What? I was in there for a day.
I have been to jail many times.
Was it in Colombia?
Is that
That is
many? Does that mean I have been there to visit people? Does that mean I was there to pick up kids for the group home I ran? Does that mean that I was in prison for assault 39 different times? What does it mean? Okay, many is a subjective term, but when I say infinitely many, that just means forever. Okay?
That's why.
So, next up, solve the system by graphing. So the first page was just, do you know how to graph? If it looks like this, do you know what the answer is? Now, smack them together. Graph the two lines. Round one. The slope. Uh-oh, there isn't one. I don't see a number in front of x. It's a 1, not a 0. If it was 0, there wouldn't be an x at all. I know there's a little invisible 1 in front of it. So 1 over 1. Y-intercept is 3. Remember to put your arrows. Positive means up to the right. I go put a point at 3. Up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up, or I could also go down 1, left 1. Down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. Connect the dots. Round 2. I see a slope of 2. So it's 2 over 1. Y-intercept of 4. 2 is positive, so I'll go up and to the right, or down and to the left. Whether I'm looking on either side of that fraction, my arrows will tell me what to do. I can start at 4, go up to right 1, up to right 1, up to right 1. Had to go a little off-road, so I better do the other direction, say down to left 1, down to left 1, down to left 1. Now another reason to use a straight edge, see I'm not using one up here, my line was just a hair off. There we go. So I see where they cross. This point, X then Y, back 1, up 2. Back 1, up 2. Back 1, up 2. Even said it. There we go. Negative 1, 2. So, said that I didn't feel the need to do extra practice on section 3.1 because today is the same thing plus one more concept. If I have more than one, can you tell me where they cross? Okay. Before we dive in on our own, let's make sure as a group that we can do it. You have 3, try them. Yep. Leave you guys to it for a minute. Okay. Looks like most of us got at least the first two. Maybe finishing up third. I want to talk about number 8. That landed in a weird spot, didn't it?
Yeah, good.
Okay. So when that happens, first of all, do we all got our lines in the right spots?
Yeah.
Y-intercepts are 1 and 3 respectively. Slopes are negative 1/3 and positive 1 respectively. Okay. We got to clear that up first. Does everyone have that? If you didn't have that, do you see where it went wrong?
Yes.
Did we just like miss the negative, go the wrong direction kind of thing? That's those arrows. I can't stress enough just how much those arrows help. So let's make this big. Talk about it. And 1/3 x plus 1 x plus 3. Three. Now, when this happens, we said we were just going to say it was about negative 1.5, positive 1.5. It's about that. It might not be that. We'll actually talk about how to solve systems later. You might remember it from last year. Okay, but for right now, we're just going to ballpark it like that. And we're going to say it's about here. Are we okay with that? Just saying it's about. Now, I know that I did this well enough because I made as many points as I could with my slope. I'll tell you, it's not at negative 1.5, 1.5. That's not where it actually is. Okay. That's down, what's that, over 2? 2/3, that's 4/3. Yeah, that's negative 1.5, 4/3 is where it actually hits. Like 1.33333. Okay. So we're just going to say approximately for now. Solving by graphing can do some work for us. It can't do all the work for us. Okay, next 2. Before I even make the graph, yes, you still have to make the graph. What do I see? Just looking at the equations.
That the y-intercepts are opposite.
Y-intercepts are different, but what about the slopes?
It's the exact same.
What happens when I have the same slope?
They're going to be parallel.
Parallel lines. Well, okay. If they have the same slope and the same y-intercept, infinitely many.
Yes.
If they have the same slope and different y-intercepts, then it'll be no solution because they'll have parallel lines. So this, 5, 1, 2, I'll start at 2. Uh-oh. I don't have enough room to go up 5 and right 1.
Go down.
So I'll go down 5, left 1 instead. Shoop, shoop, shoop. Okay. Yeah, I suppose we could. Up. I'm a little hesitant going too off-road like that, but
I just sketch it and then erase it after.
okay. So there's contestant 1, contestant 2. Same tune, new key. Up 5, right 1, but now it's from negative 2. So up 1/3 over 1. Down 1/3 over 1. But use a straight edge because that was terrible. Okay. And I see those parallel lines. It didn't even have, it just had a random blank here. It didn't even ask me the question. It's expecting that you now know to write no solution. Contestant 2. 3? 3. Contestant 3. The slope is 1/4, yeah. Up 1, right 4. And because there is no y-intercept shown, I know that's a 0. Up 1, right 4. Opposite if I need to. Down and left instead. Connect dots. And don't suck. Actually, it wasn't bad. And again, plus 0. But this time I've got 4 over 1. So up 4, right 1. Up 4, right 1. Or down 4, left 1. Yes, ma'am. Down 4. Connect the dots. And those aren't the same thing. Where do they cross? Just 0? 0, 0. Write the coordinate. Okay. They cross at the coordinate 0, 0. Okay. Better? Okay. So, flip it over. Too often we get scared with words. Yo, how many times have our word problems been blah, 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 do what you just did? Can you see equations in here?
Yeah. 1.
Okay.
20.
So the first one. Online music store costs $20 to join, $1 for every song download. Okay. Y'all live in the days of the streaming subscription. Back in my day. Okay, cross curricular though. Have you heard of recent? It's not even pop culture. It also affects legality, history. You ever heard the word Napster before?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. See, when I was in high school, college, Napster was a free file sharing service. You upload whatever you want to it, other people can come and download it. So they would rip their entire CD collection, upload them, and other people could wander along and be like, yeah, I'll take that. Download, 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 download. Oh, the entire Johnny Cash collection. Download. You could just grab it all.
Johnny Cash, his music actually slaps.
But then the band Metallica comes along and says, yo, people aren't getting we're not getting money anymore. We are actually getting less money because you are letting people have our music for free. You are infringing on copyright by giving our stuff away for free. And there was this gigantic court case. It made a bunch of headlines about 20 years ago. And they came out with, yeah, it turns out you can't do that. And then they started having things like iTunes came out. Pay $1 per song. Have whatever you want, just pay $1 per song. And then they started doing subscription services instead, where you would just pay your $5 a month and you would have access to their entire library. Okay? So that's where these problems come from. This isn't just gibberish. In the before times, they would say, you pay 20 bucks for your membership to start to whatever site it is, and then we'll charge you $1 per song, which was still cheaper than going and buying the CDs. I don't even know if you can find a CD player anymore. Yeah?
Probably could.
Antique store. Okay. Well, yeah, but she's... Y'all, anyone over the age of 25 probably has a CD player. Okay? Anyway. Where do I start? 20. Make a dot at 20. Slope. Be careful. If the slope is 1 over 1, say that loud and proud, Chloe. The y-axis isn't going by ones. I can't just go up 1 box and over 1 box, because that's just flat out not right. So, remember, we had a word problem like this. Section 3.1, we had a word problem like this, and as I just went through your notebooks, a whole bunch of you didn't write down the work for it. You just copied down the line and made it look like you knew what you're doing, and I still took points off because you didn't do it for real. If the slope is 1 over 1, rise, run. But my y-axis is going by 5s. How many x's do I need to go over to actually go up 5? Okay? You make a proportion for it. Jesus fish, 5 times 1 divided by 1, or just common sense. That means if I'm going to go up 1 box, which is 5 units, I need to go right 5 boxes, which is 5 units. I need to go up 5 over 5. 5 over 5 is still 1 over 1. But I had to change 1 over 1 to 5 over 5 to be able to fit the graph they gave me. If you just went 1 box, you are in completely the wrong place. You have to make sure that your slope matches the scale they gave you. Okay. Then I'm going to come along and do orange 2 over 1. Hey, guess what? I can't go up 2 boxes and over 1 box. So I need to say 2 over 1 is, well, I'm counting by 5s here. What's a number where I count by 2s and count by 5s and I get the same number, 10? How many x's will I move over? Okay. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So this line says I'm going to start at 11. I'm going to move up 10, 5, 10 over 5 boxes. I'm going to move up 5, 10 over 5 boxes. My line's kind of bent there because I have to do it on the big board. What's that going to be? 5, 9. So 1, 1, cancel 1, 3, 5, 9. My line is bent. It's supposed to go at 9:29. Okay. This is where they should cross. Which is why you need to have a straight edge. I didn't have a straight edge and mine did not end up nice. Okay. You have to have the straight edge and you got to make it look decent. Okay. So that says, blah, 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 I graphed this. X songs, Y cost. X songs, Y cost. X songs, Y cost. When will these two plans cost the same? When I have 9 songs, they will both cost $29. Okay? And now what? Probably, I bet at least half of you in the room here probably have just a Spotify account.
Yeah.
A paid Spotify account?
Wait, no. YouTube.
I have a paid
That's what I do.
Pandora account.
Yeah. If I got to give Bezos my money, I'm taking that free music.
I still have
Right.
CDs for my car.
Good job, Paxton.
Okay. All right, flip the page. What do you see?
Batman.
Disgusting.
How's that disgust?
You have 15 minutes. Go.
Easy peasy.
Run to the stop sign.
Oh.
Yes. There's some that are regular. There's some that involve words and a scale. The next 2 pages. No.
To this one.
Yes, to the end of the lesson. Okay.